we've learned that I says its name, I, when one of the next two letters is another vowel. If the next two letters are consonants, it says I. We've also learned that I in the middle syllable, so if there's a vowel before it that doesn't touch it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it, then that middle syllable I gets to say I, always. It doesn't need two consonants after it for spelling. You've learned that Y at the end of short words, my, try, cry, buy, fly, shy, is spelled with a Y. So when you hear I at the end of short words, you spell it with a Y. And you've also learned, oh yeah, you've also learned TI says shh when it's almost to the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it, as in shun, like nation or fraction. CI says the same thing when it's almost to the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it, but it's spelled CIAN, and that usually comes at the end of a profession, like magician or beautician. So TION and CIAN say the same thing, shun, shun, but the CI one is saved for professions primarily. But the TI says shh and the CI says shh. So let's get practicing. Function, good one, Carrie. All right, let me share my screen. And we will start practicing what we have learned this far in I-month. And if you are just joining us for the first or second time, then this will be more of a listening lesson for you. You don't have to try these words if you didn't learn them, but you might be surprised how quickly you pick it up. All right, so our first word together is cly. Cly. So we separate the sounds. K, l, I, dot the vowel. Spell the consonants. K. We always spell K with a C. Only rarely is going to be spelled with a K, and I will teach you when K happens. That's going to get its own lesson. Because it's almost always a C, we're going to use a C to spell the K sound for now until I teach you different. So cly, K, l, I. Y at the end of a short word says I. That's how you spell the I sound at the end of a short word. So your word to try on your own is shry, shry, I. Go ahead and put it in the chat when or in the Q&A when you have your word. I'm going to see. Oh, sorry, Brooke. I always forget. I'll try to remember. Good. Shry. Excellent. Yeah. So we have our consonants. They're starting to come in the Q&A now. There we go. So our consonant sounds are sh, and I at the end of a short word is spelled with a Y. Off to a great start, you guys. Next word, fipid. Fipid. Together. F, I, p, I, d. Consonants. F, I, p, I, d. Vowels. I start with an I. Can that I say I in that spot? Yes, it can, because there's another vowel in the next one or two spots. So we don't have to do anything else. That I says its name perfectly fine right there. I. Can that I say I in that spot? Yeah, it can, because there's not a vowel in the next one or two spots. So that is fipid. Now, just for fun, what if I put two P's there? What would that word say? You don't have to put anything in the chat, just read it. What would that word say if I had two P's in it? Right, it would say fipid, because with those two consonants, it's going to force that I to make it short sound and say I. So if you don't want fipid, if you want fipid, it has to have just one vowel and one consonant after it, fipid. So your word is Now my tongue is going between my teeth and I'm blowing for this first sound, okay? Thigh bit, thigh bit. I, b, I, t, thigh bit. Good job, Emily. Thigh bit. So on that first sound, my tongue is going between my teeth and I'm blowing like this. Like think or thought. Thigh bit. B, b, b. Thigh bit. That was autocorrect. I know it was. Thigh bit. Good, good. All right, so our consonants are that TH sound, right? I, B, I, T, I. Can an I say I here? Yes, because there's a vowel one or two doors down. I. Can an I say I here? Yes, because there's not a vowel one or two doors down. Thigh bit. You're brilliant. It's official. Good job. All right, number 3. Together. Biffin. Biffim. Lips closed at the end. B, I, f, I, m. Consonants. B, I, f, I, m. Now, can this I say I here? Nope, because there's a vowel one or two doors down. That would make it say its long sound, I. I don't want it to say I want it to say I. I is a short vowel sound. Short vowels require two consonants after them. If there's not two, make two. Now this I is nice and happy in this spot and it can say I just fine. I right here can be spelled with an I because there's not a vowel one or two doors down, so it's perfectly fine. Biffim, biffim. Just for fun, what would that have said with only one F? You don't have to put anything in the chat, just read it. Yes, now that that I has another vowel in the next one or two spots, it would have to say its name and say I, and that would say bifim, bifim. But we want I, so we need two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two, okay? Your word is drippin, drippin. D, r, I, p, I, n. My mouth is open at the end. D, r, I, p, I, n. Drippin. Drippin, drippin. It's hard with the autocorrect, huh? It's like, are you trying to spell dripping? But force the autocorrect to not correct your word if you want it to say drippin. You can type it again if you want. Drippin, drippin. There you go. All right, consonants. D, r, I, p, I, n. You already knew that this I is going to need two P's after it because you get this. You are good spellers. And then this I also says I because there's not a vowel. Why is that line so long? Because there's not another vowel there or there. Well done. All right, should we step it up a little bit? I want you to spell. Let's try one on your own. Gripendit. Gripendit. G, r, I, p, I, n, d, d, like dog. D, I, t. Start off by making sure that you have the same number of lines as me and that the same lines are dotted. Gripendit. G, r, I, p, I, n, d, it. Gripendit. We're spelling gripendit. Spelling gripendit. How do you spell gripendit? Watch this You guys are going to do it great. Make sure that you have the same number of lines as me. And that the same lines are dotted. Gry, pin, dit. Gry, pin, dit. Take your time. Gry, pin, dit. Dit. There you go. Gry, pin, dit. Well done. There we go. All right, so consonants. G, I, P, N, D, T. Are you with me so far? Is that what you got on yours so far? These are the consonants. Now let's go for the vowels. I. Can this I say I in this spot? Yes, because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. You can say I just fine. I. Can this I say I in this spot? Yes, it can, because there is not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So it's perfectly fine saying I there. We don't have to double anything because there are already 2 consonants after it. And this I is also just fine being spelled with an I. There is gry, pin, dit. Gry, pin, dit. How did you do? Was that one easy, medium, or hard? I mean, I can kind of tell by your answers here. But what do you think? E, M, or H? That one was more hard? Hard. Yeah. Do you want another hard one, or do you want a medium one now? Okay. All right, your next word is monster hard. You guys love the hard ones. Scheimitten. Scheimitten. Now remember, for this word, you have to remember that I in the middle, when it has a vowel before it that doesn't touch it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it, it does not need 2 consonants after it. Okay, your word is Scheimitten. Scheimitten. Sh, I, it, Scheimitten. Put it in the chat when you're done. Scheimitten. Oh, so close. Just 1 letter. Check your word. Just 1 letter if you just submitted it. Shy. My mouth is closed in the middle. Scheimitten. Itchy. In. Scheimitten. Well done, Henry. Scheimitten. Oh, so close. Okay, Scheimitten. Consonants. Sh, I, I, t, n. I. Can this I say I here? Yes, because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down, so it's perfect. I don't need to double anything. I need there to only be 1 consonant here so that there can be another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots, so that guy can say its name. I. Now, do I have to double the T here? No, remember, because I in the middle gets to say its short sound regardless of if there are 2 consonants after it or not. It's the princess. So it doesn't have to have 2 T's after it. And then I right here is spelled with an I just fine. So Scheimitten would be spelled like that. Good job. Okay, that's called the confident rule. That means so that when I is in the middle syllable, and you can tell if it's in the middle syllable because there is a vowel before it that doesn't touch it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it. It's the middle vowel. See, there's 3 vowels at least, and if it's the middle vowel, it does not need 2 consonants after it. It gets to say its short sound I, even if there aren't 2 consonants after it. You don't have to double the next letter. That's the confident rule. All right, let's try Pryshun, and this is not a profession. Pryshun. Pryshun. Do you remember how to spell shun? Pryshun. P-R-I-sh-n. I'm going to give you this letter right here. Pryshun. 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 If you don't remember what says sh right there, you can leave that blank until you learn it with me. I'll give you a hint. There is no SH in this word. Pryshun. Pryshun. Oh, good. McKinley, I know that that was an autocorrect. Pryshun. Okay, so we have consonants p, I, and then here's our sh. Ti says sh when it's almost to the end of a longer word, and there's a vowel after it. Shun at the end of a word like this is spelled T-I-O-N. This I sound can be spelled with an I just fine because there's another vowel in the next one or two spots. There is Pryshun. Yeah. Now let's try a profession. Okay, so this was the regular shun. We also have this one, the CI also says sh when it's a profession, and then that's an A and not an O. So your word is brightician. Remember about the confident rule, the I in the middle. Brightician. B-R-I-T-I-S-H-A-N. I'm going to give you that letter right there. Brightician. There may or may not be a hint in the top right-hand corner. Brightician, brightician, brightician. Yeah, Sebastian, I think I can do that. Brightician. Gorgeous. Amazing. Beautiful. Don't forget that this is an A right here. Lovely. Brightician. Consonants B-R-I-T-I-S-H-A-N. I. Can this I say I? Yes, because of the tap 2 rule. I. Can this I say I here? Yes, because of the confident rule. It's the middle vowel. Brightician. What do we want to imagine that a brightician is? Put it in the chat. What do you think a brightician might be if we made up a career that sounds like a brightician? Somebody who does what? What is a brightician? A person who does hair? Yeah, somebody who makes colors hair. I mean, it sounds kind of like a beautician, doesn't it? A beautician is somebody who does hair. Their name is Brian. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Bright, somebody who makes your hair bright, brightician. Somebody who lights lamps, brightician. Somebody who makes candles, a brightician. I love it. Okay, we've had a request for the hardest one I can think of for the very end. Okay. I mean, this is as hard as I can make it, okay? But you guys are probably going to find it rather simple just because you've got it so good. You've got this stuff so good now. Krypendit. Krypendit. K-R-I-P-E-N-D-I-T. Krypendit. Oh, a light builder. Yeah. Krypendit. Krypendit. But you're doing so good at the hard ones. You've got this. You've got this. Krypendit. 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 Cry, but it's not spelled C-R-Y, just a hint. Krypendit. Okay, consonants. K, I, p, n, d, t. So far, so good? Can this be an I right here to say the I sound? Yeah, because of the tap 2 rule. Can this I say I? Yeah, because of the tap 2 rule. Can this I say I? Yeah, because of the tap 2 rule. Cry, pin, dit. You guys are awesome. You have learned so much about I. You can spell words with I in them now that you have never seen before. You never saw these words before in your life, and you didn't have to study them. You didn't even have to look at them beforehand. You just used your smarts and your intelligence to figure it out. And if it wasn't perfect, it was close. It was really close. And that, my friend, is amazing. You learned so much about I. Next time you come back, we're going to start learning all about O. So have a wonderful night because you are amazing. So have a wonderful time being wonderful. See you next time. Bye, everybody.